Hey everyone, welcome to the Master Generative AI ComfyUI 101. In this course, we'll learn what is ComfyUI, how image generation, video generation work for you. Who is this course for? This course is for small business, or even a mid business owners or entrepreneurs who want to do a product photography for their jewelry brand, for their shoe brand, or even any kind of a brand. Or are you a fashion company who want to do a virtual photos, virtual try on, or don't want to spend money on the don't want to spend money on the photographers? So this is for you. This is for this is helpful for students who want to learn generative AI. This is also helpful for content creation who want to create content using generative AI. But I would focus mainly for business owner. But this is also helpful for everyone who want to learn generative AI and want to learn any kind of new skills and pursue any skills. So let's get started. This is the video one. In this video, we'll learn about Stable Diffusion and ComfyUI. In this whole course from zero to advanced, we'll talk about open source model, video, closed source model, and all the things pure, totally about art. This course is only about art. I'm Prerit Singh, a digital marketing and an AI curator. I'm helping brands and consulting brands how they can use generative AI in their workflow, how they can use generative AI art in their workflow to create marketing campaigns, create any kind of a product photo shoot and all. So let's get started. So before learning generative AI or image or video or open source, closed source, we need to learn how these things started. A fundamental is very important while you learning a new skills. So this video bit technical, not that technical. You can stay with me. So when you understand the fundamentals, how the things work, you can generate a far better results who's not understand the fundamentals. So let's get started. First, we'll understand what is stable diffusion and how it works. So let me share my screen and let's get started. Yes. For the stable diffusion, this is article from Stable Diffusion Art. In this, they talk about all the things. So I don't want to create a PPT for the same because this information is already there. So we can learn from this. So in this, first we'll talk about stable diffusion. What is diffusion? So if you learn in class 6 or 7 diffusion, so suppose you have a glass of water, and when you drop a ink, then it dissolves. This is this phenomena called diffusion. So on the same phenomena, the stable diffusion works. So stable diffusion, what is stable diffusion? Stable diffusion is a text to image model that generate image from text. So how it works? So diffusion model has a two terms: forward diffusion or backward diffusion. So how these things work? So forward diffusion. So in the forward diffusion, they train the model in the forward diffusion. So suppose let's also when the AI companies are training these models, and how you can teach AI models that this is a cat, this is a pen, or even this is a how you can tell this is a Rubik cubes. So how this works? They trained on thousands or millions of data. That suppose this is a cat, then they train this is a cat with a token. With a token means uh, um, don't go with the term or technical terms you don't understand. Just understand the logics. Suppose this is cat, and they put a word that this image with a cat. So when they put into a training model, then the second thing is the image dissolves into the noisy image, dissolve into the tokens. So suppose this is the first step. Then they add the noise. So when you generate the image, it basically generate from denoising. So denoising means reverse diffusion. So this is the same I talked to you. They first add the noise, then second add the noise, third, and then the last step is there when the image is fully noisy. Then how the reverse noising comes. So suppose you put a prompt that I want a you just simply prompt a cat. Then how it works? It will take a image which is fully noisy. Then according to the step, it will remove the noise. So suppose it will first it will remove the noise, and then there's a slightly get appeared. Then in the second step, they again remove the noise. Then the third step, they again remove the noise, and the fourth step, they again remove the noise. This is how the stable diffusion or diffusion model works. So there are many kind of things in the diffusion model. So there's a encoder, latent space, and decoder. So what is encoder? Take your image and encode and convert that image into tokens, and in the tokens, that tokens goes into latent space, then convert those images into send those images to decoder, then decoder generate the image. This is how the things works. This is called variational autoencoder. So just understand the term VAE, variational encoder. Basically, variational encoder is just take your image, convert those into tokens. If this is a forward diffusion, and if this is a reverse diffusion, then take the latent space and decode the noise, then decode the image. So basically, there's an image, then convert those image into a noisy image. First forward diffusion. Reverse diffusion is take the noisy image and remove the noise. That's it. Just learn, understand this term. So what I was telling these terms because these terms comes under the ComfyUI. So you have to keep in mind. There's a whole thing works of image resolution. Suppose there's a resolution of 5 into 12 into 5 into 12, then those images convert into tokens. So these don't go to technicalities, just understand the logic, because we don't want to build the full-fledged. We are not developer, so we are not here to develop the app. So just understand the logic. And now how these whole things work. If you want the whole article, if you want, I can attach this link into description. You can understand. I'll just teach you the logic. So this is how it works. First, it denoise the image. This is how the in these steps works. So steps is also a crucial part. So understand why I'm emphasizing these steps. So when you generate the image, it generates from steps. So these are the steps. It generates into around 14 steps. So on 15 steps, it generate the full image. And then there is a image to image. So image to image. Now you understand how image to image work. So it is take your image. So now you know how. Now you know the fundamental. Okay, how this diffusion works. Then you understand how Google's Nano Banana works. So it take your image, convert this image into tokens, and suppose you want to add a head on your cap, then it denoise the that part, then add a noise on that part, and in the next part denoise that. Means remove the noise. And how it removes the noise? Then it convert those tokens into head tokens, if you understand. So this is how the same things they are explaining. So this is how the things works in the stable diffusion. Yes. So this is how whole the things works. Now we want to understand what is ComfyUI. So you understand how the diffusion works. Suppose if you want to generate a text, an image from a text, then there's a that denoisy image. There's a noisy image. Then into steps, the noise get removed from the steps step by step, and then you get a fully generated image. Now, so what is ComfyUI? So ComfyUI is the node-based open source model that not don't get into open source or closed source. We'll talk about that. So ComfyUI is a open source node-based application for generative AI. That means, suppose if you want to run this is completely free. You can download the open source model and run on your PC. And it needs a heavy GPU's machine. So suppose if you want to run a text to image workflow, you need a good A5000 Pro image. If you are technical, so A5000 is a GPU term. A5000, A5000, A6000, A6000 Pro, A100. So this is the terms. Don't get that technical. So this is a graphic. So this is a node base is what is those nodes. So those nodes are those technical terms that we understand. VAE, text, tokens, noisy image. So this is that. Now, how you can use ComfyUI? There are three ways you can use ComfyUI. Uh, Only two ways. First, you download the ComfyUI and run locally. If you are a business owner, or you don't have that technical knowledge, or you are non-developer, I would not suggest you to run this locally. If you want to, then you can, but I would not suggest you. If you want ease in life, then don't go for the local version. If you want to go full fledged and want to, then go, you can download it, but it requires a technical knowledge. So yeah. Then second is, you run this on cloud. So so there's a cloud, Comfy Cloud. So they provide a subscription based model on cloud. Before the Comfy Cloud, there's a whole new AWS. People run on AWS. People run Pod and all. But you can use Comfy Cloud. So basically, just go to cloud dot. So basically, go to Comfy Cloud. So for the first time, it will ask you for the so here you can design your text prompt and then the image preview. This is how the VAD code, and we will talk about all the things. And yeah, so you can go to the cloud. So don't get into this. Yes. So when you log in and signed up, this is how you will. So there's a so Comfy Clouds need a setup. Just log in and done. So there's a pricing model. So in this pricing model, you get a plan for $20 a month, basic plan. So in this plan, what you get? You get a A100 machine. A100 is a very powerful machine. You can generate 5 to 6 second video in a minute, in or under or a minute, 60 to 70 seconds, max 80 seconds if it's a technical video, and your image in under a second. So this is how it works. You can run each workflow for 30 minutes. If you don't understand technical, don't understand. We'll talk about in upcoming videos in the course. How much you can use? So you can use up to 8 hours. So if you have a team or you are working, so you can use a proper full business day. So this is how it considered. And if you have unused complete hours, suppose there's all 8 hours in a day. So if in a 30 days, so if that's unused, then it get additionally added in the next month. So those are the purchased. So yeah. Or so one more benefit of using Comfy Cloud is there are 200 plus pre-installed models. So you don't need to do that hassle to download models and do the technical things, do the setup. If there's a suppose if there's a new model comes in, then you don't know what to do. Your machine is not capable enough. Local machine not capable enough to do those things. So that's why I would suggest go to the cloud. Now, this is the basic setup of the Comfy UI. So on the left side panel, this is how you work with a unsaved workflow. So when you click on this Comfy UI button, see there's a new file, there's a new tab. Click. So there's a new tab opened in the file section. You can open the new files. You can save your image. Suppose you want to save the workflow, then you can save. You can export the workflow, so you can share with your team or team member, or with a friend, or anyone whom you want to. You can edit the workflow. You can clear the workspace and all. In the view, you can view the canvas and zoom in, zoom out, and theme whatever theme you want to. Dark theme. I like this. Not if you want to light, you can do the light solarized according to your need. You can change the themes. Then there's a section of browse templates. So there are hundreds of templates that you can use, but in this we will in this video we'll only talk about the first basic, which is text to image workflow. There are thousands of model image. You can generate image from ComfyUI. You can generate video. You can generate audio. You can generate a full song from ComfyUI. So if you are a song creator, then this is also for you. We will talk about songs also in this video. Then you can use a 3D models. Suppose your company works. Suppose you want a product photo shoot in a 3D model, then you can use it. Suppose if you are 3D, you are creating a game character, then you can create that into 3D, and you can download the 3D mesh and all. And then there are the open source, closed source models. Suppose if you want to use Ven 2.0, you want to use Google Nano Banana, so this is here you can use. And then there's a setting button, so you can do the settings. You can check your plans and credits. So you have a $20 month, and what is this $10 credit? $10 credit is for closed source model, that is like Google Nano Banana, Cling, or any models. Those are not open source. You can use it as a closed source model, and this is the same thing. You can do these things. uh, Under the left side, you can see this is all your whole panel. Whatever you are seeing, you can see the on this screen. Whatever you how you want to use these. Suppose if you want to use a hand mode, then you can use a hand mode. Suppose you want to add a click mode, then you can use. In this focus mode, all these things are get suppose if you are working on a campaign, you want to fully focus, you don't want to go into settings and all, you can use this. And this is so links and all. It's up to you how you want to customize. So let's get into the template. So let's get started with the basic workflow, which is text to image. So when you this is coin image, we not coin image. We want to do a basic get started text to image. Yes, image generation text. So this is the basic workflow. This is the very first workflow. So how these things works? So yeah, so these are the some nodes that we need to understand. So there's a trained model that you need to do. Then suppose you are generating a text image. Then what you need? You need a trained model. That a model. Suppose you are using Nano Banana. That is a model. You using a prompt. This is you are using on an interface. Now when you're using ComfyUI, there's a bit node based. So now get listen me carefully. This so first this yes. So this is the first load checkpoint. Load checkpoint is that thing where your models is. Now step two is your prompts. Where is your prompt? So your negative prompt, your positive prompts. Third thing is image. So you remember we talked about empty latent image. So in this there's a so this is a 512 dimensions of image which is empty. This is full noise image. Now then third thing is k-sampler. This is basically a sampler. You can call it a heart of image generation model. So basically, it samples all the things and generates. Yes. And third thing is VAE decode. So VAE decodes take the tokens. So here the tokens measured and those process comes up. Okay, okay, this is a cat. We need to generate the tokens of cat and all predict the token and VA do good. So here first we need to connect the dots. So suppose this is a model. So first we need to connect the model to model. So in the case sampler we need to connect like okay, this is model that we need to connect. So this is model we connected. Then we need to connect the clips. Clips means clip connected to the prompts. This is we connected to the prompt. Then we can connect the VA to VA. Then we want to use this VA to this VA. Then we want to use this latent go to this and this image save to this. If you don't understand, I'll teach you again. Let's delete this and then create us to generate the image. What we need a model first. So okay, let's load checkpoint. This is our model. I don't like this theme. Yes, I like this. Yes. First we need a model. Then what we need? Then we need a image. No, we need a prompt. So we need a text prompt too. Then we suppose text prompt. So this is our clip text encode. This is our text prompt. This is our positive. We can now we need a negative prompt. So we can control D this, select and control. Yeah, click on Alt button and just drag it. So this is our negative prompt. Now what we need? Now we need a, now see, understand this. We talked about what we talked about in this steps. We need a text prompt, a tokenizer, embedding, text transformer, and the noise predictor. This is how the things works, right? Yes. Now what we need? Now we need a empty image, empty noisy image. So empty latent image. Now what we need? Now we need a sampler who can sample all of these things into and convert those things into tokens. So for that, we need a K sampler. Now again, what we need? Now we need a decoder. Those decode those tokens into a image. For that, we need a VAE decode. Decode means decoder. Now what we need? Now we need to save that image. So for that, we need a save image. How I'm doing this? Just double tap and you get a search bar. When you right click and add node, you also get the same thing, but this is too confusing for you. So just double tap. Now these are the some nodes. For each of these we call them as the nodes. So how we so basically, if you want to understand logically, these are the packaged Python files. So Python is a coding language, so these are the packaged Python files, and this on those Python files, this is a UI that where we are seeing coded files as a nodes. So this is load checkpoint. Now we can select the all the models here, that this is the model, which model we want to use. For this, let's say we want to use the base model SD 1.5, Stable Diffusion 1.5. So we'll use Stable Diffusion base model, nothing else. Now, now we need to connect the dot. Now for that, there's a model. We need to connect model into a sampler. Suppose just like we are doing wiring. So suppose if you have seen the wiring, then to plug your laptop, you need a charger. Then to the charger cable should go into the plug. So the model should go into the plug. So this is how the model should go into the plug. So this model we connect to model. Then we should connect the clip to clip. Then we should connect VAE to VAE. Then this, then the positive prompt go to positive, negative goes to negative, latent goes to latent image, this to this, and image to image. Suppose let's generate a cat. So see, you are seeing this is generating on every step. First generate the image. So thus the base model is not understanding what is the cat, is from what we are getting from here. Okay. Hmm. So let's understand the case sampler. Seed. Seed is basically how noisy is a random number. So suppose you have an image which is pixelated. Suppose you have this image. Where is the noisy image? Yes. Suppose let's have you have image. This image is pixels. When you understand, there are pixels in it. So these are the pix a way of written pixels. How it's a random seed they're creating for noise. So it's creating the noise. Then the how this randomized, how step is on which step. So we talked about steps. So how many times you need to reduce the steps from it. CFG is basically how CFG means classifier fee guidances to create how your prompt should work best for the model. So matching the prompt. So 7 or 8 is good for stable diffusion models. Sampler is Euler. This you don't need to understand. Just do this. So let's use some other model. Now SD, Excel, Refiner. Yes. Cat wearing red hat. Run this. You can for this you can run this on cloud. So first it's go to the model. Now this case sampler goes. Now here it's your image works. So this you are seeing it is reducing noise from every step. So this is your final image. Cat wearing a red hat. Why? Now if you want to see your previous generation, you can click on this Q button. This is all your history comes in. You can check what you have generated in the past. So now in this image, why it not understand that we want a cat? How it works? Why this generated this image, not this image? Let me understand. Let me teach you from this project. So this is an embedding project. Suppose here, let's say I type up cat and enter. Wait, let me refresh this. Let me type cat. Yeah, you are seeing cat has a multiple. See here, cat has a multiple implication. So see, cat has also matching with cathode. Cat is also coming in. So these are the closest to cat. Yes. So you are seeing these are the closest to cat. Suppose if you want to count. So suppose you want to search dog. Why it's not? Let me refresh again. Yeah, let's do this to count. Yes, you are seeing cat has a 65 matches. So that's why it not generated the result in the very first go. So this is how your image generation work. Yeah. So this is how all the image generation of ComfyUI and the Stable Diffusion works. To if you are watching till here, thanks for you. And if you like the video, if you like the whole content, like this video and subscribe for the full course. If you watch till here, I don't want you. If you are watching first time and all the course videos are already on the channel, I don't want you go to each and every video. First, I want you to go to ComfyUI cloud. I want you to go to cloud based subscription, which is $20, which is a very good. If you want to go to run pod and all, they will cost your money and you did not get anything if you are beginner. Go to ComfyUI, take the subscription and understand how these things works, and then go to the second video. If the second video is not published, then wait, then practice, then see the models others. Okay, thanks for watching. Let's meet in the second video. Thank you.